What's up, everybody? So in this video I'm going to be explaining how to read and apply tempos. So tempos are these 4 digits that will be next to exercises or movements that you have written down on your programs. If you're, not every strength coach uses tempos, but I think they're very important, and a lot of, high-class strength coaches do use them because it's important to know how long each repetition is. You can do 3 sets of 8 one day and 3 sets of 8 a week later, and they might be completely different because you don't know how fast you're going during each portion of the movement. So it's just important to be able to track that and to make that consistent in each training session. So each digit represents a portion of the movement. Now, depending on what coach you have, these numbers might be switched around a little bit. The way that I do it is I go the concentric portion, the top of the movement, the eccentric portion, and the bottom of the movement. So let's start with X. X is obviously not a number, so what does X mean? X means that you do this portion of the movement as fast as possible. So you're typically going to see this on the concentric portion of the movement, which would be the pull in the pull-up, or a push in a push-up, or in a squat where you stand back up. Those are the concentric portions where your muscles are contracting. So X means you're going to do that as fast as possible. So again, with the example of a pull-up, you'll be pulling as fast as possible up. 2. Now, if 2 is what your concentric portion is, then you're going to be pulling for 1, 2, and so on and so forth. So whatever digit is there, that's how fast you're going to do that portion of the movement. The second portion is the top of the movement. The top of a squat, where your chest is to the bar in a pull-up, where your arms are locked out in a push-up. That is the second digit. So 2 seconds here. If this was a pull-up, you would be holding your chest to the bar for 2 seconds. If it was a push-up, you'd be staying in the top position with your arms locked for 2 seconds. If it was a squat, you'd be staying standing for 2 seconds. The third digit is the eccentric, the lowering portion of the movement. So this is when you're coming down from a pull-up, or when you're lowering your chest to the floor in a push-up, or again when you're squatting down in a squat. So in this top one, it's 2 seconds. So if it was a pull-up again, you'd be lowering 1, 2 into locked elbows. On this bottom one, it is 3 seconds. So 3, 2, 1, and then you lock out. Pretty self-explanatory. Last one is the bottom of the movement. So this would be the bottom of a squat. You would be staying down here for 1 second if you were doing the bottom tempo. If you were doing the top tempo, you would not pause at all. So if there is a 0, which you'll typically see in either the top or the bottom, because you can't put a 0 in a concentric or an eccentric. You have to move in that part. But you don't have to spend any time in the top or the bottom. So if you see a 0 in the top or the bottom, that means you are not going, if you're doing a pull-up, you would not hold your chest to the bar at all. You would just tap and go. But if it's 2 seconds, you would pause 2 seconds at the top. So that's pretty much how tempo works. Again, concentric, top of the movement, eccentric, bottom of the movement. X means as fast as possible. 0 means don't stick around, you just go past it. And, follow the digits for the rest of the little sections. That's it, everyone. Hope that explains everything. If you have any questions, leave it below in the comments. Peace.